What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Friday, November 29th, 2024, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now it is 15:39 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from Russia. So yesterday, one of the rare Russian nuclear codes were transmitted on the Russian nuclear war frequency known as the buzzer. And I have some samples of these codes that were transmitted. They transmitted 2 of these yesterday. And the last time that they transmitted 2 codes on the buzzer in one day was on November 21st, which is the day that they launched the ICBM at Ukraine. Now, we heard some reports from Russian media yesterday that Putin was planning to launch another ICBM as soon as today or tomorrow, and Putin himself said at the CSTO meeting in Astana in Kazakhstan that the Russian military was currently in the process of selecting targets, okay? So this is extremely concerning. It looks like Putin is going to launch his ICBM again at Ukraine potentially tonight or this weekend sometime. It's very rare to hear these nuclear codes being transmitted on the Russian buzzer, and for 2 of them to be transmitted in one day. Like I said, the last time that happened was on the same day that Putin launched his ICBM for the first time at Ukraine. So let me just play these codes for you. So that's the call sign he's using. Nikolai, Zhenya, Tatiana, Ivan. That's the call sign. And now he's going to read off the actual code. So that was one of the codes, and then here's another one. And then he repeats the message again. So this is extremely concerning, guys. And before I continue with the emergency news, I want to mention to you guys that Alps is having a Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale, and they have huge deals on their mega solar generators. As you can see here, hundreds of dollars off today, right now on Black Friday. And to get the deal, you just got to go to alps.com. I'm also going to leave a link in the description below this video and also in the comments. and you can also get an additional 5% discount if you use my promo code NYP. Okay, 5% off in addition to the massive discounts they're already offering. Okay, like for example, their Mega 1, which has a 2,000 watt output, is $260 off. The normal price is $700, and they've dropped it to $439. And then they also have a Mega 1 plus a 240 watt solar panel, and that's going for just $700. The normal price is $1,138, so that's $434 off. You got to go to alps.com to get this deal, and remember to use my promo code NYP when you check out to get an additional 5% off, and that's just for today, Black Friday, and then also on December 2nd, Cyber Monday. They're going to have the same discount as well, and I'm going to leave the links in the description and in the comments below this video. And here we have Putin at the CSTO meeting in Kazakhstan talking about striking decision-making centers in Kyiv. So let me just play this for you so you can hear exactly what he said himself, okay? Last night we carried out a comprehensive strike. He's talking about 2 nights ago, using 90 missiles of similar classes and 100 drones. 17 targets in Ukraine were hit. These were military facilities, defense industry, facilities and support systems. I repeat once again, these strikes on our part also took place in response to the ongoing strikes on Russian territory by American ATACMS missiles. As I have said many times, there will always be a response from our side. As has already been said, we will respond to the ongoing strikes on Russian territory by Western-made long-range missiles, possibly continuing to test the Oresnik in combat conditions, as was done on November 21st. At present, the Ministry of Defense and the General Staff of the Russian Army are selecting targets to hit on Ukrainian territory. These could be military facilities, defense industry enterprises, or decision-making centers in Kyiv. Okay, so he's talking about hitting maybe the Ukrainian parliament, maybe Zelensky's bunker. Okay, so they're currently selecting the targets. Very, very serious. And speaking of decision-making centers, some of you guys may remember this song. По центру принятия решений! По центру принятия решений! Полетные задания в ракету «Сармат». Здесь «Сармат» по городам врага. На Вашингтон! На Вашингтон! На Вашингтон! Враг США! Враг США! Враг США! Мы как мученики попадем в рай! Они просто сдохнут! На Вашингтон! На Вашингтон! На Вашингтон! So just wanted to share that with you. That was from like 2 years ago in Moscow. Pretty funny. And Russian air defense systems shot down 10 ATACMS missiles in a week, according to the Russian Ministry of Defense. And Serbia has begun preparing bomb shelters in case of nuclear war. President of Serbia, Alexander Vučić, said today Serbia must strengthen its army and prepare bomb shelters due to the potential risk of nuclear war. Belgrade stopped allocating budget funds for maintaining bomb shelters in 2011 to 2012. Since then, they have fallen into poor condition, and we hadn't even considered this issue, which was also a mistake. So, very serious, guys. The president of Serbia saying that Serbia must strengthen its army and prepare bomb shelters due to the potential risk of nuclear war. We know that Germany is in the process of preparing metro stations to serve as bomb shelters. We know that Poland has already done a massive nationwide survey to determine suitable fallout shelters in the event of a nuclear war. And the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine confirmed an attack at the Atlas oil depot in the Rostov region of Russia, and they also claim to have destroyed a Buk surface-to-air missile in the occupied part of the Zaporizhia region of Ukraine. So they took out an oil facility in Rostov, and I saw the footage. Okay, massive oil depot. The whole sky turned red last night in Rostov because of this oil depot that Ukraine hit with a drone, supposedly. And this Buk surface-to-air missile system was taken out in Zaporizhia. And Russian and Chinese air forces on Friday conducted a joint strategic air patrol over the Sea of Japan, the Chinese Defense Ministry said. On November 29th, in accordance with the annual plan of cooperation between the armed forces of China and Russia, the two sides organized and conducted the 9th Joint Strategic Air Patrol in the airspace over the Sea of Japan, the ministry said in a statement. And South Korea said that 11 Chinese and Russian military aircraft flew into their air defense identification zone, forcing them to scramble fighter jets and go into a wartime alert status. South Korea's military said Friday it scrambled fighter jets as 5 Chinese and 6 Russian military planes flew through its air defense zone, an area wider than the country's airspace. 5 Chinese and 6 Russian military aircraft entered and exited the Korea Air Defense Identification Zone in the East Sea and South Sea from 9:35 a.m. to 1:53 p.m. local time, according to South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff in a statement, adding that the military identified the aircraft before they entered the KDIZ and deployed Air Force fighter jets to take tactical measures in preparation for any contingencies. Wow. And the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, said today that he is ready to end the war in exchange for NATO membership, even if Russia does not immediately return the seized territories. And the Russian defense minister arrived in North Korea yesterday for an official visit. He's going to be participating in meetings with the military and political leadership of North Korea, according to the Russian Defense Ministry, so potentially making some big deals or preparing for war. And according to Ukrainian intelligence, North Korea has transferred to Russia over 100 pieces of equipment of various types, including the M1989 170mm self-propelled artillery, the M1991 240mm multiple rocket launcher, and 100 KN-23 missiles, and at least 5 million shells. Okay, so North Korea providing a massive amount of artillery and missiles and troops to Russia, and in return, I'm sure Russia's going to be giving North Korea some kind of technology for their nuclear triad, maybe bombers or something else, warheads, guidance systems. It's hard to say. And last night we had a lot of reconnaissance activity over Eastern Europe. Interestingly, we had a NATO AWACS plane patrolling the border of Poland, Ukraine, and Belarus. Now, these planes normally don't patrol this area unless there's an active airstrike ongoing in Ukraine. So why NATO would send and AWACS up to eastern Poland randomly is pretty concerning, and my guess it has something to do with this upcoming retaliation strike on Ukraine that Russia is planning to retaliate against the Western missiles being used in Russian territory. There was also a Swedish reconnaissance plane patrolling the border of the Baltics with Belarus and Russia, and there was also an AWACS plane in Romania here patrolling the border with Moldova. And Syrian rebels are in the process of trying to overthrow the Assad regime in Syria, which is the Russian-friendly leader there. So apparently the rebels have seized control of the town of Mansoura right outside of Aleppo. There's reports coming in that Iran has asked Syria to allow them to send a battalion of Iranian special forces to defend Aleppo. Syrian sources are claiming that Russia has already dispatched fighter jets to Syria, and we're also hearing reports that shoulder-fired anti-air systems are keeping Russian fighter jets out of Idlib, and local sources are reporting that the Russian Air Force is encountering severe communications issues in the Aleppo area and have been unable to support isolated pro-Assad forces in the western parts of the country. So it looks like we may see an overthrow of the Assad regime in the coming days. We'll have to wait and see, but that's the latest breaking news that I have. I just wanted to let you know about the Russian buzzer and Serbia preparing bomb shelters. Okay, things are really spiraling out of control. It looks like Putin is going to make some kind of a big move in the coming hours or days, another ICBM strike possibly, okay, on decision-making centers, okay? But that's the latest breaking news that I have. I will be in and out of the 24/7 live stream the rest of the day, and I might be back later on tonight with another update. So make sure you're subscribed. Follow me on Telegram and Twitter. I post all my updates over there. Don't rely on YouTube for notifications. So if you follow me on those platforms, you'll never miss an update. The links to my Telegram and Twitter are in the description below this video. And until the next time, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.